Alrighty, I am back. Wolfed down some leftover pizza from last night. Okay. I totally missed this game. I was supposed to do this before Metal Slug. I was not paying attention to my list. And we're doing this for the memes because I did it. I did this. I did this last year as a meme, so I figured it'd be funny to do this. I don't know if it's any good, to be perfectly honest. So we might be playing a completely garbage title, but whatever. I figured just for the funnies of it that we'd do it. We're gonna play some Shrek Swamp Kart Speedway for Game Boy Advance. I'm assuming if it's anything like Crash Nitro Kart, it's in the same vein where it's like... I think already I'm regretting my decision. Holy crap, what is that? That's just like garbage audio. Like, jeez. What have I done to myself? What am I doing? I've lost control of my life. God, that audio. Oh, geez. You just... Wow. Oh my god. What have I done? What is that? What is that? Like, you hit somebody and it just says bye-bye? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh my god. I don't think this was worth the memes. Okay, you can jump. How the... I think it's L to shoot the to do the thing? I think? I don't freaking know. I don't know what's going on. I might not play this for an hour. And I didn't even start the timer. God damn it. I thought this was going to be in the same vein of like Crash Nitro Kart on GBA or like the Cartoon Network one. I think this is like a downgrade from both those because I think those both emulate kind of like Mario Kart Super Circuit pretty... Is that the button to do the weapon? I don't freaking know. I can't tell anymore. When's Marvel? Mabel? If I had Marvel, I totally would. I actually did have a fighting game planned for this, to be perfectly honest. That wasn't until the PC section, though, so that's going to be way later. Like, probably when everybody who would be willing to play it with me is asleep. Oh, okay, now it lets me choose. God, the noise! I genuinely don't think I can do this. Like, there's, like, okay, so the Shrek game that I played last year, I played, like, Shrek Super Slam, Slam Fest, something. And that one was funny to me because it was ridiculous. This isn't funny. This is like cringe. Like, the noise is just like garbage. Like, you like every Game Boy Advance game has like decent sound. Like, why does this one sound like it was put through a freaking blender before? Like, and to answer your question, Frisbee, I was hopefully going to play, let me get the name right. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R. I was hopefully going to do that. I genuinely don't know if there's anybody who plays that online on the Steam version. God, that just... Oh my god. I'm kind of disgusted with myself that I genuinely wanted to do this because I thought it'd be funny. This isn't funny. This is just bad. This is, like, super bad. Like, the noise is so bit crushed. Like, and which is weird because, like, again, you've got games like the Castlevania series on GBA. You've got Mario Kart. You got F-Zero. And all of that sounds fine. This sounds like, again, it was put through a goddamn blender. Like, and two, like, I've played other racing games on the GBA, like, not Mario Kart and not F-Zero, that are good. Like, I remember the Crash Nitro Kart being fairly decent, a decent adaptation, for GBA standards in any case. And then I also played it's like the Cartoon Network Speedway Racers or something like that. And those ones are fine. I guess I expected too much. Like, I guess the thought was I had so much fun with the one Shrek game that I did play on GBA last year because of how ridiculous it is. Like, maybe I should have just played that again. Like, I actually have a couple games on my list that I'm revisiting from last year. So, like, I don't think any of the GBA stuff... well, no, yeah, so, like, when I was playing Banjo-Kazooie earlier... That was a revisit from last year. Yeah, this is just like the music's not good. The sounds are bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do, like... I don't think I could stomach any more of this. Not even for charity. Not even for charity. That's the whole point of this whole thing. Yeah, I'm stopping this. I am so sorry that I submitted anybody to that torture. We're gonna frickin' play something else. I think if I do have the Crash Nitro Kart, yeah, we're gonna go frickin', because I genuinely remember this being a hell of a lot better. And why is, like, every freaking game, like, vary in volume? Like, it's not too, like, Frisbee, if you're still in here, it's not too loud on your end, is it? Like, game-wise? Because that sounds loud to me. It sounds loud on my end. I don't know why. But yeah, we're changing that. We're going... Yeah, I can't stomach that. Like... Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I'm gonna... Which is crazy because, like, I'm at like 10% volume, so I can't really go much lower. I genuinely remember this one being a hell of a lot better. I'm hoping I'm right. Yeah, I mean, like... Yeah, look at that. I mean... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. God. Because the buttons keep changing depending on what racing game it is. Yeah, I mean, it's not the console version by any means, but look at that. The animation's smooth. The music sounds fine. Like, now I'm becoming a game critic. Like, I'm becoming a game critic while I'm streaming. Because I didn't think such atrocities, what I just played, existed on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I mean, again, it's no console version, and I'm sure that, like, yo, if somebody were to, I don't think Nitro Kart was released on PSP. I think Tag Team Racing got a PSP port. But yeah, like, way better. Even though it's loud, it might be louder. Sounds sound fine. They're audible. Nothing sounds bit crush. It sounds like it was made specifically for the console that it's on. I mean, maybe a little simplistic, if anything. Like, you know, they can't have like the crazy awesome feeling that like the you know, Crash Team Racing had or anything like that, but I could definitely play this for a hell of a lot longer than I could that Shrek game. But yeah, I genuinely, like, if anybody watches the archive, I feel bad for them to have to submit themselves to that torture. Like, I thought it would be funny. I just thought it'd be memey. Like, because you know how, like, much Shrek is a meme nowadays. Oh, jeez. And I was wrong. And again, the weird thing is I could have sworn I played that. I played it before. Like, at the retro shop, like when I was buying Game Boy Advance games, because there was a moment I like had a Game Boy Advance fix, and I was just buying like a bunch of freaking Game Boy Advance games from the retro store. So I'd take one of my handhelds just to try stuff out, just to see how it was. And I remember, I thought I remember the Shrek one being one of the ones I played that I thought was decent enough to be funny enough to stream. Oh my god. This one does have a bit of a problem where it's like I can't tell what's going on half the time. And it's kind of weird that there's only one lap. Like most racing games have multiple laps on their, and yeah, that was... I don't think it's anything to write home about, but I was actually doing better in the Shrek game, surprisingly. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to jump, get that freaking thing off your head. I just think it was innovative for, like, a lot of developers to try, like, 3D stuff on Game Boy Advance, knowing how limited the technology was. Like, I had the port of Doom for a while on Game Boy Advance. And it was fairly decent. It was just amazing to me to see, like, Game Boy Advance be capable of something like that. I don't know, it seems to me like most of the characters are going to play the same. Oh, you actually... Oh my god, you actually have to choose the amount of laps. Funny thing about that, I didn't play any of the Tony Hawks on GBA. I've tried them out. The one that I played the most, I think, was the port of Tony Hawk 3 on Game Boy Color. It was either Tony Hawk 1 or 2 or 3. One of the ones on Game Boy Color. I played the crap out of that. Like, my brother had it. And, you know, while he was living at home, we used to swap games all the flipping time. Just, you know, because he'd have stuff, I'd have stuff, whatever. And so, yeah, like, that was actually a game I played the hell and back. I thought it was the coolest thing. Like, you know, it's nothing, again, you know, to write home about. You know, like, but just the fact that they were able to do what they did on Game Boy Color, of all things, like, blew my mind. But yeah, like, I've messed around with the retro shop has a couple of the Tony Hawk games, and I've messed around with them, and I'm like, man, you know what? I can't fault people. You know, if that's all they had was a Game Boy Advance, like, they're not bad games, like, by any means. Like, I think Game Boy Advance, you're a little better off than, like, with Game Boy Color, because with Game Boy Color, like, most of the Tony Hawk games, or at least the one I played, was stuck on a 2D plane, while there actually is that 3D-ness to the Tony Hawks that are on the Game Boy Advance. Because the Game Boy Advance was actually capable of that. So, yeah, I think that's super cool. And, you know, there's also, I've played the Guilty Gear on Game Boy Advance, Guilty Gear Advance. it's not a bad port. Like, graphic-wise, yeah, it's inferior by any means to anything that was available on console. But, like, it's still a solid fighter. Same as with King of Fighters EX2 Howling Blood. I freaking love that game on Game Boy Advance. Like, holy shit. Probably, like, my favorite fighter out of all of them on Game Boy Advance. I know I played, like, one of the... I don't think I ever owned them. I know I played one of the Mortal Kombats. I know they tried to do that really weird thing where they, like, ported, like Tekken and, like, Mortal Kombat Deception or Deadly Alliance or something like that to GBA, and it just was, like, not good. It felt more like just a mindless button masher than it did an actual, like, fighting game. At least in my opinion. But, there was a port of... Wasn't there a port of, like, the actual, like, arcade Mortal Kombat? Like, not Deception, like, none of the 3D ones. It was actually one of the 2D ones. I can't remember what that one's called, because the names always confuse me. Because, like, one's, like, called, like, Mortal Kombat Advance or something. Still love Street Fighter 4 on the DS since it let you Insta-Sonic Boom with the touch buttons. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Super Street Fighter 2 4 port on 3DS. Yeah. So that freaking... You know, and again, that's really not a bad port for a 3DS game. Like, yeah, of course the backgrounds are stagnant, so they couldn't you know, animate the backgrounds or anything like that, but it's not a bad port. It still plays like Street Fighter. And yeah, the Insta-Sonic Booms is freaking why Guile was, like, top tier in that game. At least that port. Because wasn't it the same with Chun? Like, you could do insta Hikokens and freaking, like, spinning bird kicks or something like that if you set it up to do that. I haven't played it in a while. I actually have it digitally because it was part of, I think, like, Humble Bundle did, like, a Nintendo bundle where it was like 3DS and Wii U games. And I bought the bundle just for the 3DS stuff. And, like, I got a bunch of Wii U codes that I just gave to my brother because he had a Wii U. I'd sold mine already. But yeah, the Street Fighter Cross Tekken port on Vita is really good too, surprisingly. It's a shame that, it's really odd that, like, they never ported Street Fighter 4 to Vita. You would have thought, I think I remember reading somewhere that the developer, like one of the lead directors or whatever of Street Fighter 4 was interested in doing a Vita port, but, like, really wanted to see if, like, fans wanted it or something like that. Oh crap, that's a wall, and now I'm going backwards. That's what happens when I like look over the chat. What's up, freaking Jose? I'm glad you could stop by, man. Jozo. I just got sidetracked because I saw the chat out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, I should check that and respond to it. And then I just freaking, like, totally was not paying attention to the race at all. But I've got 2 laps to try to catch back up. Oh, man. You got here at a better time, man. You weren't submitted to the torture like Frisbee was. Freaking of me playing the god-awful Shrek Racer on GBA. Because I thought it'd be funny to play it, and no. I got really disappointed and really, it was just cringy. I thought it'd be funny like Shrek Super Slam or whatever, the one that I played before. Because that one's hilarious. Because the mechanics are so broken in that freaking game. Like, yeah, it's so freaking broken. I think that's what makes that one so funny, is just how ridiculous, like, how ridiculously broken the mechanics are. Okay, yeah. Oh, oh! Oh, man. Wait. Yeah, I was going the wrong way. Oh my god. This is what happens when I don't pay attention to what the hell's going on. It's not like freaking F-Zero where I literally could just do it blindfolded. Oh my god. That's freaking hilarious. I need to learn to drift. Obviously, drifting is far more needed and crucial in this game than it was in F-Zero. I'm glad I'm not playing a racing game on PS. Like, I've played 2 racing games thus far. And, like, I'm glad I'm not playing one on the PS4 when I get to that section. God, I'm horrible. Holy crap. Yeah. Somehow I managed to get into 7th. Not like it matters. I'm not going to get any points, but somehow I managed to go up. I thought I could catch up, but like I freaking like missed a jump or something. Freaking wow. OW finals. What is that again? I know I'm horrible. It's one of the tournaments, right? Fighting game tournaments. Okay, let's actually pay attention. Oh, Overwatch. Oh, okay. I didn't know you watched E-League Overwatch. Oh! Did you see the freaking Reinhardt short, Jozo, that they released yesterday because of BlizzCon? Reinhardt short was really awesome, and then the freaking reveal trailer for Hanzo and I think her name is Electra or something like that from WoW. That her and Hanzo are going to be added into freaking Heroes of the Storm, and that freaking trailer was super dope too. Yeah, they're slowly but surely adding a lot of the Overwatch characters into HOTS. It's actually pretty cool. I'm kind of hoping eventually, like, either Winston or Pharah get in there. Since, well, I would like Soldier, but I don't know. Something tells me he plays similar to some of the StarCraft characters, and I don't think it would be enough of a difference for me to like really care. I was trying to really learn Pharah. Last time I was playing Overwatch. Oh, I did it again. I was supposed to hit a ramp. Oh my god. I jumped as I was supposed to hit that ramp, and it freaking made me jump over and into the freaking track below it. God. Okay, so this game is infinitely better than the Shrek game, but that's a bit of a problem. Because I've done that twice now. And I doubt I'll be able to recover. It's not like it matters anyway. Like I said, none of this is for like the 100% running. Freaking gotta be best at it. I'd rather suck and freaking, you know, actually get something out of it. Like if people just want to watch me be bad at video games. It's for charity anyway, so that's all right if I'm not 100% on my game today. Yeah, I don't think I can catch up. Like, I think you make one mistake like that, and like it's just like ripperino. You're gonna be lucky if you flip and catch up. Yeah, because I'm on the second lap, or no, I'm on lap 3, and I've been trying to flip and haul ass, and yeah, I'm like not catching up. It's all right. Yeah, I need to play more Overwatch. I don't play it often enough. It's really not, like, it's fun. I would just say that, like, it's not a game where I could see myself playing it consistently, like, every single day. Like, kind of what I was doing with Final Fantasy XIV. And still sort of am, to an extent. It's just like with everybody's schedule that I enjoy playing Overwatch with, it's like, you know, it's like one of those things where it's just kind of difficult to coordinate that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, I totally sucked at that. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know how many, how many hours I have now in Final Fantasy XIV. I have a bit. I know that. That's like the first Final Fantasy aside from when I got the Game Boy Advance port of 5, where like I just went super ham. Like I genuinely, like, I'm not a big MMO fan. Like, I tried playing World of Warcraft. The problem is that I got into World of Warcraft late, and so everybody who I knew who was playing it was already like max level, or had at least 1 or 2, 3 characters that were max level. And so like anytime a new expansion came out, they were able to just jump right into the expansion. Well, me, like, I started when I think Cataclysm came out, and I was trying to get into it, and that was the biggest problem, was like I had nobody to play it with. Like, I'm just not a really social person when it comes to, like, just running with randoms and everything like that, or at least I wasn't at the time. And so, like, I couldn't really do much. Like, I ended up joining some clan just because they were max level, and me and my friends, my friends told me, they were like, oh yeah, just, you know, if a clan's already established, just join them, because, like, there'd be no point to try to make your own, because you'd be, you know, late game trying to recruit new members and stuff like that, and not max level clans, so there would be no benefits and things like that. So like I ended up joining up some clan. I think I was playing a Destruction Warlock on the Horde side, and I liked it more because I found out I preferred that class just with how much damage I was doing. Because I think the very first time I tried to play, I was playing Rogue, but I was being an idiot, and this was like the first MMO I ever played, so I was trying to be a stealth rogue. Totally not something I should have done. I know stealth's probably a lot better now than it was when I originally started playing, but yeah, like I don't hate World of Warcraft. It was just, I just couldn't get into it because of that reason. Because I had nobody to play it with. And the one person I was trying to play it with, I was like genuinely, and I have no problem admitting this, I was genuinely trying to just get with her. And so that was the only reason I was even like trying to go ham on World of Warcraft. Too bad she broke my heart and all that shit, and turned out to be a major bitch. But, you know, neither here nor there. But yeah, so like, my brother really, my younger brother, he really wanted to play an MMO again. Because he said he missed World of Warcraft, but he didn't want to go back to World of Warcraft. He didn't want to go back to Runescape. He was like, I want to play something else. And so, like, Stormblood started getting announced and previewed and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, I've heard a lot of good things about the Final Fantasy MMO. And especially since they've re-released 14 as a Realm Reborn. Since the original, because I heard that the original was just like hot garbage. And so he was like, you know what, I really want to play this and give it a shot, but I'm only going to do it if people are committed to it. And I was like, you know what, dude, I'll commit to it. Like, I want to play an MMO that I can level up with people and have a crew I can roll with, you know, instead of just being freaking left to my own devices trying to freaking catch up to where everybody's already, you know, freaking established with, you know, 3 max level characters at endgame doing raids and shit. And surprise, like, I genuinely got hooked on Final Fantasy 14. Like, I was just like, holy crap, the story is keeping me interested. Like, I like the mechanics. Like, it's not frustrating. Like, because that was the thing. Like, I don't know, Frisbee, how familiar you are with my channel or me as a person. You know, I don't know if you've talked with Xanthan a whole bunch, but I kind of was like getting, I guess in quotes, known. So there was an MMO I played. Again, have no problem admitting this. The only reason I was playing this MMO was because of freaking the fan service. And it's an MMO called Scarlet Blade, Korean MMO. And originally it was being hosted by a company called Aria Games. And I had originally played an MMO through them called Dream of Mirror Online. And I played that back with my ex. And then she got way more into it than I did and was like freaking at the end game like within a week. And I had barely played it for like a month and was only like level 20. But yeah, so I started playing Scarlet Blade. Well, come to find out, I dropped it for like a really, really long time. And then I found out that like the servers were going down on the Aria's. Like Aria was shutting the servers down. And I was like, okay, you know what? Just for old time's sake, I'm gonna log into Aria, like my Aria account, and I'm gonna start playing it and stream it just for the funsies. Just, you know, be like, hey, you know, this is you know, just a send off, whatever. Well, a gaming network or website called Vendetta, I think it's VGN, Vendetta Gaming Network. They were like, hey, I think they started a forum somewhere, or someone had mentioned it on one of the forums on Aria, and was like, hey, they're starting up the servers again. So I was like, hey, cool. You know, I can keep playing it. I can keep streaming it. And so, like, I did for a bit. I did for a couple streams. I was streaming it. And I grew so bored with it. Like, because the game's mechanics are just ridiculous. So, like, in most MMOs, like, as you do quests, you get small rewards frequently. Stuff that will eventually, like, you'll swap it out, but it's enough for like what level you are and things like that, like equipment, weapons, and things like that. Like, wow. Well, Scarlet Blade does this, but does it in such a way where the main thing that you're going to want to focus on, otherwise, like when you start getting into higher level areas, you're just going to get stomped on, is that they want you to upgrade your equipment. And like they want you to do it through this thing called, like, it's like synthesis or something like that. It's all RNG based. Every bit of it. So whether you succeed in making the upgrade or fail is all RNG based. And once you start getting to the higher, like, pluses, so like you get a piece of equipment, like let's say you're upgrading your boots, for example, and you're upgrading them and you get them to like +6. If you fail the next enchantment, you'll lose like 2 levels and have to get those back via the enchantment system. And so I got incredibly freaking frustrated with that, because it's like, that makes it all the more difficult to play by yourself. Because, for starters, the drop rate for the items you need for enchantment is low. Most of the stuff that increases your possibility of success is locked behind a flippin' online store, and so on and so forth. And so, and again, microtransactions is probably the nature of a lot of these free MMOs. Aria was guilty of the same crap, and they were ridiculous with their microtransactions. And so, like, I genuinely got bored with it. And I think because of how much I've played Final Fantasy, I prefer it, and, like, I see how horrible Scarlet Blade actually is because of Final Fantasy, because everything that Scarlet Blade does wrong, Final Fantasy does right. Like, there's no, oh, you have to find this item, go to this specific person to upgrade your equipment to make it better. It's like, oh, you'll get equipment as you play through the game and quest. And there's no, like, oh, you've got to, you've got to upgrade this one piece of equipment forever, and then you'll never get anything that's better than it because you've upgraded it to the max or whatever. None of that. And so I got really spoiled, I guess you could say. And so, like, I've had commenters on my channel get mad at me because they want me to play Scarlet Blade, and I'm just like, I don't want to. Like, it's fucking horrible. Like, I hate being, like, so negative, but it is. Comparatively to any of the AAA MMOs, it's freaking garbage. But yeah, I got hooked on, like, and it's not even, like, just the mechanics or anything. Like, storyline-wise, I love what they did with the story for Final Fantasy XIV. My only complaint with Stormblood, and I'm gonna get a little critical, Stormblood is a great expansion. It has great characters. It gives such a huge expansiveness to the world. But some of the writing, and then just some of the villains overall, are just, like, not good. Like, they're not written well. And I don't know if this is like with every Final Fantasy. I've noticed this more with 14, and not to spoil it too much, but it feels like they try. Oh crap! I put the only one lap. Damn it. It feels like they try to make you sympathize with why the villains are evil, and I hate that. I hate that trope. Like, they make it to where, like, when these villains are established, you don't like them because they're just horrible people. Like, they're horrible freaking human beings. And it's like, somewhere in the story, they, like, have a flashback scene. And they're like, oh, well, this person came from a troubled past. They had it rough, so that's why they're evil. And I'm just like, I know you're trying to get me to sympathize with why the person is doing what they're doing, but it's not working, because you already made me not like the characters when you introduced them. I grew to dislike them, and now, like, halfway through the scenario, you're giving me these flashback scenes, trying to make me sympathize with the reason why they're doing bad things, because they were wronged when they were children or in their youth, or some freaking bullcrap like that, typical anime trope bullcrap. And that's my only gripe. Like, to be perfectly honest, that's my only gripe. Freaking the dungeons were fun. Everything was, like, the areas to explore were freaking vast and just really fun. But when it came to, like, Stormblood's villains and everything like that, it just felt a little tacked on. They tried too hard to make you sympathize with why the villains are doing what they're doing. And I'm just not that kind of person. Like, it's like trying to say, like, you know, some guy in like just in like any random story, like, you know, freaking like is like becomes this power hungry emperor overlord whatever, you know, like puts you know, all the, you know, poor and unfortunate into slavery, and like, you know, there's a resistance movement to liberate them, but then like towards the end he goes on some, like, you know, the main character or whatever is like there to freaking kill him or whatever, and like, oh well, you know, killing you is gonna, you know, freaking fix things because you're an evil piece of shit. But then it's like, you know, the main villain goes on like this overarching thing of like, oh well, I stubbed my toe when I was younger and no one pitied me, so I became evil and wanted the world to burn. Like, I don't know. Just bad storytelling. Or bad writing, at least. So, I have to ask, with that 100+ hours, did you do everything that there was to do in Final Fantasy XII? Like all the optional bosses and all that good jazz? Because I know that there's some pretty crazy optional bosses in Final Fantasy XII. I've only played a little bit of it. I've seen maybe an hour or two of the game. I have it myself for PS2. I just haven't ever gotten around to playing it all the way through. Nice. Actually, okay, yeah. Oh wow. Is that the one that's in the because I've heard of I know there's one that's in the it's like in an arena that has like a ridiculous amount of HP. Is that the one? Or is that one of the other bosses? Oh, that's me in a nutshell. Zizamat, yeah. That's pretty good you did it in 2 hours. I've heard that typically most people, it takes them 4 to do it. Yeah! Yeah, some like ridiculous freaking, yeah, that's crazy you were able to do it in 2, like I said. Because most of the time when I read up about that specific boss fight, a lot of people were saying it usually takes them around 4 hours to do it. So that's pretty impressive. You were able to do it in 2. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, like, most games with me, like, I just want to beat it at least once, typically. Unless it's a game that I'm just really engrossed in, then I'll go out of my way to, like, 100% it or platinum it or whatever. Like, the Souls games, for example. Platinum, I think it was kind of a hang-up for me because, like, I had gotten really super far in Demon Souls. Like, I was, like, a New Game +2 or something like that, and I hadn't platinumed it yet. So I went back and platinumed Demon Souls. I'm working on the Dark Souls 1 platinum, but I platinumed Dark Souls 2 and 3. I platinumed Dark Souls 2 twice, actually. Once on PS3 with the vanilla version before all the DLC came out, and then a second time when Scholar of the First Sin came out, and I bought the PS4 version. But yeah, it takes a little bit for me to want to do that. Like most games, I'm just like, eh. Yeah, I'm working on the Dark Souls 1 and the Bloodborne Platinums at the moment. Like, I kind of put off Dark Souls 1 for a while, and Bloodborne was kind of the same way. I was trying to start over as a different build for Bloodborne, and I just got kind of sidetracked, but I lost my data, so I had to pick back up wherever my cloud save was. And I lost the new character I made and all that progress, so I just picked up where one of my already made characters was at, and I'm working on that, trying to get the platinum. Dark Souls 1's taking me a bit because I'm spending more time grinding, just so I can actually be the build that I want to be. Yeah, I haven't, like, out of all the games that I've platinumed, like, my very first platinum was actually a game called X-Blades for PS3 and Xbox 360. That was the very first game I platinumed. Mainly just because it was one of the very first PS3 games I bought, and it was the only one that had trophy support out of the ones I bought. So I was like hell-bent on platinuming it, and I did, and it took me 4 freaking playthroughs, because unfortunately it's one of those games where you can't play through it. You can't platinum it in just one playthrough. You actually have to do multiple playthroughs to platinum it, and yeah, freaking that took forever. That's fair. That's what I did in flipping, that's what I did in Demon Souls. They never patched out the item duplication glitch, so I freaking just duplicated like one of the high-end souls or something like that and sat and freaking just built my freaking souls up like ridiculously high and leveled a whole shit ton, and then I was just uber leveled. I don't know about Dark Souls 1. I don't know about any of their exploits. I know me and Xanthan talk about Dark Souls a lot. I don't know about any of the... I know that there's like specific shortcuts and stuff you can do. But I'm pretty far along in the game. Like, I think the last thing I did in Dark Souls 1 was... I think I killed Nito? No. I killed Nito and then I went and killed the Beta Chaos, so... I just have to kill Seath and then go fight Gwen. But there's a bunch of like side stuff that you need to do, like freaking rare weapons and all that for some of the trophies I'm missing. And that takes multiple playthroughs because there's a couple of the weapons you actually have to get via boss souls. So you have to do it multiple times. Has an easy item dupe, so it's real easy to make your build at the start of the game. I did not know that. I wish I would have, because holy crap. Yeah, I spent like freaking like 3 hours grinding in this one area. So yeah, that would have freaking helped knowing that there was a duplication glitch. I could have made that go a lot quicker. I'll probably have to look that up actually. See how that works. Like, I knew that there was a duplication glitch, something involving the Dragon Head Stone, but I think they patched that out. Like, I don't think you can do that one anymore. Like, gave you like infinite souls or something like that if you did the specific, like, you like canceled out the animation or something like that when you're breathing the fire. Something weird like that. I've only ever seen it once, but by the time I had seen it, it was already patched out of the game, so... kind of like that crazy crap you can do in freaking vanilla unpatched Dark Souls 2, where you can freaking use the binoculars to like roll and do super speed. And even that I didn't know about. Like, I never knew about that playing Dark Souls 2. And I played vanilla too. And it's so hard to play the flipping PS3 version now. I like the freaking PS4 version spoiled the crap out of me. Just the freaking DirectX 11 graphics and just the better overall frame rate and everything like that. The PS3 version is like really, really bad about its frame rate. Like, more so than I think Dark Souls 1. Because Dark Souls 1 it doesn't feel bad. But like, Dark Souls 2 does. There's a very, very noticeable difference. Kind of interesting that they like, I just kind of noticed that they like funnel you down specific paths in this, like instead of just like oh hey, all the levels are open, do them in whatever order you want, you just gotta get all the trophies. Oh, damn it. Freaking got me with the TNT. I'm actually going to be playing one of the Souls games here later. Figured it'd be a game I could spend a good hour on. Yeah, but hopefully around, like, possibly it's looking like maybe like 2:30-ish is probably when I'm going to be, because I got one more game for GBA that I want to play after this, and then jump into PS4 around, like, hopefully like 2:30-ish, I'm hoping. And then that'd probably be, give or take, like, maybe 8 or 9 when I actually, like 8:30, 9-ish when I start playing PC stuff. Hopefully, if I can make my breaks a little bit shorter. It just really makes it easier to edit when I do like little intermissions like that, so that way I can just crop it at the intermissions. So I don't actually have to have the full music sections when I actually crop out the video. It's gonna be a long freaking video I'm gonna be cropping. Because I figured, I thought about maybe doing like cutoffs at like the 6-hour marks, but I'm thinking that I might not do that just cause I just want to have it one consistent video, and I don't want to go offline too. Oh, I'm gonna be playing Dark Souls 3. I don't know what character I'm gonna be playing, but I might be doing one of my characters that I haven't finished yet. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure just yet. I thought about maybe jumping on my main character and doing invasions, but I think his soul level's too high to do invasions. And I'm freaking absolutely terrible at PvP, to be perfectly honest. Like, I've never been good at PvP in the Dark Souls games, so... Boss race, fun. Yeah, and I forgot the friggin' bosses just have like infinite TNT. Always hated that about frickin' Crash Team Racing. But then again, it makes it easy because like once you get ahead of them, they don't get any weapons that they could shoot from behind you. So I should like really trying to be hitting those speed boosters. God, and I can hear it too. Like hear him just freaking going to town with those freaking TNTs. I think he hit my ice. The ice trap I laid. Yeah, he did. Oh, what? How are you still, like, up with me, dude? Like, I've hit this dude multiple times with weapons, and somehow he's, like, right on my rear. Like, that's ridiculous. Well, that's not doing me any favors. Oh, that's why, because he's got ridiculous recovery time. Like, he recovers faster than a normal character. Oh, no! Okay. You're not the only one. My cousin, he really liked Dark Souls 2's PvP a lot. And I personally really like Dark Souls 2. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. Yeah. Okay, that's got a crystal. I don't know what any of those things are supposed to do. Oh yeah, this freaking CNK challenge and then relic race. Yeah, I think only a couple of them had trophies. Yeah, now it's just freaking medals and relic races. All right, whatever. I'm gonna try out that character I unlocked. Man, oh my gosh, you can actually get Spyro in this? That's freaking amazing. Man, for freaking GBA games, got a lot of characters that you can unlock. Holy crap, he's freaking maxed out. Okay, just do this one. Yeah, it genuinely, I mean, wow, he does have pretty smooth turning, at least. Ah! I genuinely wonder how you actually get Spyro in this. I'll have to probably look that up. I bet it's like you have to do like the campaign mode, story mode, or whatever, and like get all the medals or something like that, probably to unlock him. That's freaking hilarious. I would have never thought. I wonder if he's a playable character in the console versions. I have one of the. I think the original Xbox version of Crash Nitro Kart. I've only played a little bit of it. I didn't play too much of it. I prefer it more to Crash Tag Team Racing. Tag Team Racing's freaking... Ugh. Did not like that game. definitely prefer Nitro Kart, because Nitro Kart feels more akin to how Crash Team Racing originally was. Oh, so don't know if Xanthan made mention of it. So you know how like in the FGC, like it's kind of become a meme that like Melty Blood players will play like Melty Blood in like a bathroom and everything like that. Me and Xanthan were talking about that if we both go to EVO next year, or we go to some big fighting game tournament, we're gonna do Crash Team Racing money matches in the bathroom with the Melty Blood players, but we're gonna play it on the toilet using my little PS1 Slim with the screen. I'd totally freaking be down for that. It'd be freaking hilarious. It's like all these freaking people crowded in a bathroom to freaking play Crash Team Racing money matches. I thought you could be. Yeah, you can be. Yeah, there he is. I like how their turning's not freaking maxed. Like all the yeah, all the bosses have max stats, but like freaking Fake Crash and Spyro have freaking non-max turning. That's interesting. Alright, well, I think that's gonna be it for this. Hopefully the next game's not so freaking loud. Oh man, we're not even 5 hours in. We're just barely 5 hours in. Oh man, I'm hopefully gonna do this for 24 hours. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. Can't guarantee it, but I'm gonna try to get through it. If I can do the Metroid one that I did last year, then I can do this. I just gotta push forward. I might go grab that one of those energy sodas I bought, though, just to give myself a pick-me-up. I wanted to keep them till later, because I know probably, like, through the night I'm going to be more tired, but, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take a really quick break, so I will be back momentarily.